EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martinger with your outlook for April 17th, 2020. Well, we're in the second half of April. Normally you would think that we would be kind of jumping into spring a little bit, and we will, but you really wouldn't be able to tell by the weather we're having today and actually starting last night, because we had some freezing temperatures that went pretty far south. So some freeze warnings will be allowed to expire this morning, but there is some pretty cold air for this time of year, and actually this is more typical of something you would see in early March. So we are going to have a system coming at us today, and there will be some rain and snow across our region, but I think the snow is going to be confined to the northern areas, and for most of us we'll see some rain showers as this moves through. The system's going to come in during the afternoon, so we'll have any early sun fading behind clouds, so you might get the sun very early in some spots, especially further east. And then you'll have clouds increase, and this system will come through the afternoon. And mainly during the overnight is when you're going to get most of the precipitation as this low pulls away. Maybe a leftover shower early Saturday morning, and then the clouds will decrease in the afternoon. You'll become partly cloudy from west to east as the system pulls away. So let's get over the NAM High-Res Future Simulator Radar. Look what we're dealing with here. Now this is snow again on the northern side, and there's some rain showers further south. This is looking at early afternoon at 2 p.m. So it's still not really in our area. It's just starting to come into the western parts of our coverage area at this point at 2 p.m. And as I move this forward here in hour increments, and you can follow along the timestamp up the upper right-hand corner, subtract 4 from what this is in military time and Zulu time. So 19Z is 1500 or 3 p.m. Okay, so we're moving this forward here, and you see snow moving across north central PA and northeast PA initially, and it's going to get all the way down to the southern Poconos, in fact, but I think further south they're going to be too warm, and it's just going to be in the form of rain. Just some showers, though, here at this point, nothing really heavy, but then we get some more snow moving in through the course of the afternoon and evening, and you see as the time goes on, this rain-snow line here, it's going to start creeping to the north. So even the southern Poconos that were in that snow initially are no longer going to be that way. Once we get into the evening hours, they're going to start changing over to rain. Might hold on to some snow here in the higher elevations a little bit further south, a little bit longer, but this is mainly, like we said in yesterday's video, this is mainly just areas closest to the New York-Pennsylvania border. They're going to benefit the most out of this in terms of accumulating snow, and a lot of that is going to come at night. So you got to remember, these snow maps are made on a 10-to-1 ratio, assuming 10 inches of snow for every 1 inch of rain. You got some things working against you this time of year, which are sun angle, time of day that is coming in. These are things are working against even these higher elevations and far northern areas that are going to struggle with accumulations for the most part, especially on roadways, but not impossible to see as we get in the overnight as it starts to cool down a little bit, that we see some roadway accumulations right along the border states here. So Bradford, Susquehanna, Tioga, places like that, northern Wayne. So there will be some snow up in those areas that will accumulate, and then it does change to rain over most areas as we get through the course of the evening and overnight. And then we'll have some showers that are going to continue elsewhere. They're going to continue all the way up until early Saturday morning before this pulls away. So this is looking at 7 a.m. You still have some showers far eastern Pennsylvania and most of New Jersey and Delaware before that pulls away. And then again, clouds are going to decrease in the afternoon, so you're going to have improving conditions here on Saturday. So what are we looking at? Well, here's the NAM 3 kilometer. This is what it's showing. It's very, very consistently showing the same idea here. And there's your border, there's your cutoff right here, where nothing south of that line gets anything. So, and these grays that are just above that line are coding to an inch type stuff and mainly favoring elevations. So you're really not getting a whole lot. And a lot of this area up here, we have this area in a 1 to 3. And the reason that's going to be 1 to 3, most of that's going to come after either towards sunset or after sunset once the sun starts going down, because during the day you're going to have a hard time getting this to stick, except for maybe some colder grassy locations and especially in higher elevations. But I think your breadwinners are going to be in the areas identified here. This is the area that we have as the highest accumulations, but even there you're looking at maybe 3 to 5 inches of snow. So 1 to 3 in these areas, elevations favoring the 3, 1 in the lower elevations. Then we get a little bit further south of there, just south of I-80, barely, maybe a coating to an inch in the higher elevations for those areas too. So not a whole lot of snow, but this is crazy. We're talking about this on April 17th, so this is the onion snow for you guys up here nearest the New York-Pennsylvania border. Heading back to the global models, And by the way, going forward, I'm going to have the long range out today, like I always do every Friday. It'll be out late morning. But this is going to be, most of this is likely the last time you're going to see any snow. This is it. So we really don't, looking forward, just through the end of the month here anyway, I really don't see any opportunities, when we're in a very higher confidence range in the next couple weeks anyway. Nothing really showing temperature-wise that will cooperate to produce any kind of even marginal events. And I think we're done with that. And once we get to May, you're done at that point. So really no sense in looking beyond that. But May doesn't look like it's going to be cold either. So anyway, we'll look at that today in the long range, and I'll have that updated going forward, what we're going to see after this system. And then we get over the weekend here again. Clouds giving way to morning shower, and clouds giving way to sun on Saturday. Going to turn a little bit milder, not quite, but a little bit milder than it will be today. Today's going to be stuck in the 40s in most locations, maybe getting to the lower 50s on Saturday, but then we warm up here on Sunday as this trough lifts out. And we'll call it partly to mostly cloudy. I think it's going to be partly cloudy for most of the day. Clouds increase late in the day. There's a cold front boundary sitting off to our north here that won't quite come all the way through our area. At the same time, you have a system off in the southeastern United States is going to move across and out to sea here, but could be an increase in clouds for this late in the day on Sunday, but a pretty nice day. We're getting above 60 in many locations, and it's going to remain that way as far as temperature goes here on Monday. But we're going to call this, an isolated shower here overnight with this system. For our far southeastern areas, you might get hit with this, at least the grazed effects of this system as it's moving off to our south and east with some showers, rain showers. We're talking about here on Monday morning at least. Might go on in the afternoon across the Jersey Shore points and Delaware Shore points, but I think it's going to remain mostly cloudy in most areas as the system's passing by. We're going to keep an eye on this just in case it decides to come a little bit further northwest, but it hasn't so far. Once we get to Tuesday, same thing, starting off partly cloudy, then we have clouds increase, maybe some late showers. This is with a cold front trying to come down from the north here. A few showers with that possible late in the day or in the evening. And then once we get to Wednesday, behind this, we go to mostly sunny skies, still remaining mild. Pretty much all of next week will remain mild here. Be ahead of this next system, which is going to be coming in here on Thursday with some more scattered showers expected that might go right into Friday morning. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martins. That is your outlook for April 17th, 2020. Have a great Friday.